Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk about education. When you are in trouble, blame education. And as the world develops, pressure is exerted on education. So educational system is always under pressure. And that's why it is the most promising area for cooperation between GCC and Switzerland. Education in the GCC countries is undergoing tremendous change. Huge projects have been implemented to improve the quality of education after years of effort being directed to accessibility. The enrollment now in the primary education is almost 100%. Sorry, I don't know what's happening with the slide. And the number of institutions at the tertiary level grew rapidly to accommodate all applicants. So time is for quality education, not accessibility. This is an amazing achievement considering the fact that GCC countries are young nations. The actual evolution of systematic education started as late as 1950s. The size of education now is, we have 9 million general education, 1 million tertiary education, and we have another section, a big, huge section, 180,000 students studying abroad on scholarship from GCC countries. The current phase of educational development stresses the need for education that is pro-creativity, pro-adaptability. Creativity and adaptability are the two most important ingredients of knowledge economy. It is the goal of these stages to equip students with skills to operate evolving economies in a globally competitive environment, developing entrepreneurship, development of critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity. This is the main objective of strategic plan to improve education in the Gulf states. To achieve this ambitious goal, the GCC leadership set education as priority, enabling ministries and institutions to be more effective in developing innovative educational practices. While innovation and learning is available, ministries of education are challenged like most of the world's ministries during implementation. There have been struggles in incorporating new applications and technologies. The experience of adapting new applications and technology can be modeled by Cycle Hype by Gartner, where we are now in the maturity area, trying to get up the slope of enlightenment, and it is in this area that we need the experience of Swiss educational system to partnership with them to transfer good practice to our educational system. GCC countries, however, are able to learn from the mistakes of early adapters through international partnership. This is an area, as I said, that could bring about effective cooperation between Swiss educational system and the GCC Ministry of Education. I would like here to read a quote from Sir Michael Barber about the impact of investment in education. He said, "The future will not belong to those who focus on technology alone, but to those who place it in a wider context of what we know about maximizing learning and realizing system impact." Recent international research indicates that educational technology is often being used to support existing teaching practices, regardless of their efficiency, rather than helping to positively transform teaching and learning. And this is why I brought up the cycle hype to indicate that Usually when we adapt new application or technology, there is an aura and there is a big hype, and then downgraded to a low, ineffective practice of new technology and practices. And then that's why we need strong partnership with a successful educational system like the Swiss educational system in order to climb the slope and reach the plateau of productivity. The economic purpose of education is of a great importance in this era, as GCC economies are in a transitional stage, moving from heavy dependence on oil to the diversified sustainable economies. Many of the states within the Gulf are implementing strategic plans that incorporated education reform combined with the special initiative and international partnership that support this ambitious change. To move in this direction, 5 basic policies were adopted to achieve sustainable development and build knowledge communities. The first is development of human capital, development of Gulf society, the policy of comprehensive development of economy, policy of development of private sector, and joint Gulf policies and cooperation, GCC. Example of future trends toward knowledge-based economy include the establishment of King Abdullah University of Science and Technology in Saudi Arabia, the educational city in Qatar, King Abdullah Reward for Translation, UAE project for publication and translation, and King Hamad project for digital schools, and the increased support for research and development in all GCC countries. And of course, more support is still needed in this area. Strategic investment through education in support of this economic transition can be seen in all verticals, including K-12, higher education, vocational and training, and scholarship to study abroad. I'm sorry about the slide, it's not clear, but I will try to. This is, it is worth noting here that GCC, the government, allocate large amounts of money outside the official budgets for specified educational projects utilizing oil revenues in order to speed up the process of achieving quality in education. This is supposed to be numbers, but I don't know what happened here, change of computers. The GCC countries are spending, as Dr. Sham said, spending a lot of money, exceeding most of the OECD countries. And it's huge money, but as I said before, the hype of incorporating technology and new application is not going well, and that's why we want to learn from successful experience like the Swiss experience. According to a recent report, government expenditure in the Gulf region on digital learning is some of the highest in the world. Education nowadays, as you know, is considered an industry that is poised for robust growth in the Gulf region following increasing population growth. And the volume of this industry is 60 billion, 9.6 is by the private sector. And the growth of population is running high to an average of 2.6. You see here, compared to Switzerland and the world, the growth is very high here in the GCC country, and that's why it's a promising industry and it is poised for robust growth. There are other indicators of education industry growth, such as the enacted policies that I've mentioned, put forth by GCC governments to attract private sector to invest in education. These indicators are in front of you right now. It's high demand on quality education, private institution growth, investment policies enacted, and increasing number of GCC students studying abroad, about 180,000 students studying abroad. Unfortunately, few of those are here in Switzerland. Having said that about GCC education and its current and future trends, there are possible areas of cooperation between GCC countries and Switzerland. Swiss education has a lot to contribute to GCC endeavors to develop human capitals through incorporating best practices that Swiss educational system has achieved. As GRC indicated, Swiss high schools, universities, and summer camps have long been one of the top 5 global destination to GCC citizens. Building on the many evidences of strong, close, and stable relations between Switzerland and the GCC countries, education allows for more opportunities to further strengthen these relations. The areas of cooperation can be exchange of science and technology experts, multilateral agreement with International Institution of Knowledge and Transfer and Exchange, KTE, increasing scholarships opportunities for GCC students to Swiss universities and research centers, increasing joint finance volume to implement research and development projects, encouraging private sector to participate in education. In conclusion, Switzerland is considered by GCC citizens as the home of accuracy and excellent products. Its educational system, both in the general level and the tertiary level, has proven to be one of the most effective systems worldwide. It is therefore feasible for both GCC countries and Switzerland to embark on building partnerships to implement best practices in GCC education. We look forward, for example, to having more Swiss institutions open chapters in the region. More GCC students studying abroad can be attracted to Swiss institutions, especially if the problem of language requirement is resolved. Finally, GRC deserves all due respect and appreciation for holding this important forum, attended by prominent figures from both sides, who I am sure will lead the way for more cooperation. Thank you all.